Hi, I'm Melissa Winters, and I'm here at Paducah Quilt Week with Janet Stone, who won 3rd place in our large wall quilts home machine category. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I always love your quilts. They're always so fun. How did you come up with the alphabet decision?
Just doing them?
Yeah.
I have just loved the alphabet ever since I was a little kid, and my mom used to work in the printing business and used to bring home typeface catalogs, and I was just fascinated by how many ways you could design the alphabet.
Well, they're always pretty amazing. Now, you're
Thanks.
doing a series, so which number is this?
This one is number 12.
And how many do you think you're
Well,
going to do?
26 for
Oh,
one
that's
for each.
right. One for
letter
each
of the
letter.
alphabet.
That's right. Okay.
Yep.
And do you ever sing the song?
Not yet, but I do have the last one named.
Oh, you do?
Now I've said my ABCs. It's going to be the title for the last one. So.
I bet you'll be so excited when now
Oh,
you have
yeah.
to come up with another theme.
Yeah.
So a little bit about this quilt. It's home machine quilted.
Yes.
And home machine appliqued.
Yes.
On all the stitches?
Yes. The applique is done on a Bernina, and the quilting is done on a Janome.
Okay. And so you've done a lot of various stitches. You've got your buttonhole and all different types. Is that the only other unique stitch you're doing is buttonhole?
That's what I like the best. I like to do it with kind of a contrasting thread so it shows up. But yeah, I love the buttonhole stitch.
Do you have a favorite thread that you like to use?
Actually, I think I used cotton on this particular quilt, but typically I tend to use like glide thread or a 40 weight polyester. It has a nice sheen. This one kind of had more of a country feel to it,
Right.
so I just used the cotton on this one.
Well, this is definitely a country feeling quilt, especially
Yeah.
with these baskets. They're pretty amazing. How did you end up doing those?
Well, I had the crazy idea that I had always liked basket quilts, and I had the idea to actually try to weave the baskets. So I cut, most of them are cut strips, bias cut strips that I actually wove. And then I cut a template out of freezer paper and kind of folded the shape around that, so the edges are actually turned under.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I did the first one, and it really wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. So I thought,
So you
well,
continued
I'll
on.
figure out the rest of them. Yeah.
Now you have a lot of embellishments on here, and the one I noticed the most was out on the border. When you have even alphabets out on the border.
Yes.
Those beads are pretty cool.
Little alphabet beads.
Did you put words or anything in those?
No,
or-
they're little sets of 3, and there's some initials of some people I know and love in there. But no, there was actually not a whole lot of planning to those. Just sewed them on where they needed to be.
So besides the alphabet on here, there seems to be a pattern of stars. Is that part of unique?
I like stars.
symbolism?
I just like them. I think some of them, like these up here, it was actually fabric that I fussy cut the stars from.
Oh wow! Okay.
But yeah, I always kind of like to sneak in a few stars on quilts. I just like the motif.
So did you have any difficulties or things you had to change in the design?
You're funny. Yes, this one, the border on this one was not the original border on this quilt.
Okay.
I had originally used a fabric that was sort of like a blue and white mattress ticking, a really thin stripe. And I had the whole center part of it quilted and got to that border, and I just knew that I was not going to be able to keep those stripes straight. So I knew it was going to drive me crazy, so I just ripped the whole border off while the whole center was still quilted. And actually, I had purchased this fabric on the clearance rack at a local quilt shop like the week before.
Oh, nice.
And so when I went to replace the border, I found that in my closet and thought, oh, that'll be perfect. And so it was kind of meant to be. And it actually turned out to be a lot better than the original
I was going to say
border.
it fits really well with this
Yeah,
quilt, I think.
I really
So-
like it.
And so the unique edging is pretty cool. Those they almost look like buttons.
Well, I call them half penny circles. You know,
Okay.
the little penny circles,
Sure.
rugs. Yeah, they're like, I call them half penny circles. Those were done, I cut a freezer paper template, like a half circle freezer paper template, and then there's like a little gingham check. The last layer of it is a little gingham check, which I folded around the freezer paper, and then just applicated the other 2 half circles on top of it with the blanket stitch.
Wow. Well, this quilt is amazing, and we always
you.
love seeing your quilts. So I can't wait to see the rest of the 14 that are out there.
Thank you, me too.
So congratulations again.
Thank you very much. It's always a thrill here.
Yes.